Yeah, so it's early morning here.
Yes, that's. We still have light here, but it's getting late. It starts to get dark about 8:30 now. It's about what 7:15 right now. So
Wow, okay.
just winding down from a long day. But we're still in
So,
summertime, so I'm loving it because getting ready to hit fall here pretty soon.
okay. In between these, I went to your Amazon link and I was seeing your books, your publications.
Oh, you saw them?
Yeah, I saw a lot of books.
Yeah, I have three on Amazon. I have one coming out hopefully um, this October or November, which will be my fourth book. But
So uh, before starting talking about your books, I want you to introduce yourself to my audience.
oh, sure. Right now, or
Yeah,
oh, okay, yeah. I'm Stacy Toby. I have three young adult fantasy a series out. There's three books. It's called Angels, Demons, and Mortals. It's available on Amazon. This is the
okay.
first one. Hell's Gate is the second one. It's sort of a Christian fantasy. I've always been uh, curious about guardian angels. I've just felt guardian angels throughout my whole life, helping me through certain situations. And that's where the series stemmed from. I never intended to write a young adult fantasy, but I've always been very curious about guardian angels. Yes, again, I've felt them around me throughout my life. My fourth book is actually going to be a women's literary uh, fiction novel. Um, it's called God Bless My Broken Road. So it's a story of actually how my husband and I met. It's about our broken roads that led us to each other. But that should be coming out hopefully here in November or December. But I've always had an interest in writing. I have several short stories out. I kind of dabble in poetry. I love poetry, and it kind of mixes in with my in my novels. It'll burst out every once in a while because I enjoy it so much. But I've been writing seriously probably for about 10 years now. Before that, I would write just for myself, or of course I
Okay.
started out like most writers, just writing in my diary. But it's my love. It's my passion. What I hope to do full time someday. Right now, I just do it mostly in my spare time. Um, so I'm usually either in the evenings or the weekends. You'll find me writing. So I usually lock myself away and use my spare time to write whenever I get a chance. But I do love it.
Okay. That's a great quality. Writing is a great quality.
Yes, I think so. I think it helps you probably in any position that you're in if you're able to write well.
Yeah.
I know it's helped me, but I enjoy it a lot. Yeah,
Okay.
I hope someday I can do it every day, full time, instead of just in my spare time.
Can you tell me about your first book?
Uh-huh. Angels, demons, and mortals. Um, it's about the three realms that we have: the heaven and the earth and the underworld. Um, my characters were developed from guardian angels. Who there's in the book there's this army of guardian angels who watch over the earth, and they're assigned certain humans to watch over for their entire life. And my main protagonist, Michael, he is very high up in the army, in the guardian angel army, and he follows a young girl since she's very small, helping her throughout her life. And as she grows into a woman, he starts to miss her and to have feelings for her that he doesn't, he knows are not shouldn't be having. But there's sort of a unspoken words in the heavens that you're attracted to one human more than any other, and that human makes you stronger. So anyway, it's about Michael's battle to either stay in the army and fulfill his duty, or be with Alexandria as a human. So it goes through that conflict that Michael is having, and also his best friend, or Canaan, is a fallen angel. So he's now in the underworld, and he's very evil. But he throughout the novel, he's trying to get Michael to join him in the underworld, and Canaan discovers Michael's feelings for the human. Her name is Alexandria. So he uses this information to try to draw Michael to the underworld. So it's kind of their story, and it's the relationship between Michael and Canaan being best friends, and then Michael's relationship with Alexandria, and how they all kind of mix together, and how there's good and bad in all of us, and how we struggle with making these decisions. But I usually try to write to help people, and I love my characters because they're not perfect. They're just like anyone else. They make mistakes. They have they want things that they know that they can't have, and they fall, and they have friendships they shouldn't have, and relationships they shouldn't have, but because they just resemble humans. So that's
Okay.
that's the story of the first book. There's
Oh,
two more
so
after that.
okay. So the characters in this book are fictional or the real characters?
Oh, they're fictional. They're fictional. But all my characters are usually based on people I know, or relationships I've had, or people I've met, or even characters I've seen in movies or television. And that helps me define the character, to have that image of in my head of how this character would react to a certain situation. So yeah, if you know me, you're in danger of being in one of my novels. So, because I use the people that I know, or people that I've met, to fit them in as characters in my novels, so I know exactly how that character will react to that certain situation, and I think that makes the character more realistic to the reader. So,
Okay. So about your second book?
my second book in the series is At Hell's Gate, um, and it's available on Amazon.
It's Hell's Gate. Okay.
At Hell's Gate, yeah. And the book kind of flips everything. Michael, he is brought into the underworld, and loses his memory and forgets that he was once an angel, once a guardian angel. So the book is primarily about his fight to get back to the heavens and to Alexandria. But it's quite a long journey. I mean, he struggles, and he does things that he would have never done had he not been drawn into the underworld. But so just it continues the story, but Michael is in a whole different position now. So I won't give too much away, but
Okay.
when I'm writing, I don't usually know the story, and characters actually define the story for me. I know the beginning, and I know the ending. I know where that story is going to be going, but I don't know the specifics. I never start with an outline. I know the beginning, and I know the ending, but I let the characters drive the story. So sometimes it's even shocked me that certain characters come out more than others, because I don't like to write with a defined focus, because I think that limits me. I let the characters lead the story and drive the story, which I think makes it a more interesting story, because I'm not even sure how it's going to turn out sometimes.
Okay.
But I do love all my characters dearly. And I do
Okay.
have a third book. I actually don't have a copy with me. I had sold all my copies. I only have the first two with me. But the
Okay.
third book, they're all available on Amazon. And I have a
Okay.
website, and it's stacytoby.com. that introduces some of my short stories, and I have some scripts there, and then has links to all my current books. I'm hoping my third book will be out soon. I mean, my fifth book will be out soon. So that's I went in a whole different direction with that one. That one's more of a women's fiction, and so it's based on a true story, but it's primarily fiction. But I also wrote that to help people through their broken roads, because I believe everyone travels a broken road at some time in their life. So God bless my broken road. About two people's broken roads and how they meet, and how if they hadn't been on those broken roads, they would have never met. And how everyone falls at one time, and how people get back up again and go forward and learn to love again, and make it through those trials. So I'm really excited about that book coming out, because I think a lot of people will connect with it. The characters struggle with a lot of the same issues everyone struggles with, and people that are on the broken road right now will connect with it.
Okay.
I'm excited about that one. I wish I had a copy of the cover, but I don't. I didn't have one available.
Okay.
Hopefully it'll be out before Christmas, I'm hoping.
So, what is the response that you got for both of your books that you released?
Oh, I think those have read it. I've gotten a very good response from. Marketing, is always an issue, so I grab any chance I get to get the word out on those. I think those who have read it have really enjoyed it. My fantasy series here does have a lot of action in it, so I think it would appeal to a lot of people. There's action, there's romance. Again, there's always there's struggles, daily struggles. So I think it appeals to a lot of people. I try to connect to the reader as much as I can, making the characters true to the reader. They have the same struggles that we all have.
Okay, yeah. There will be common things between humans.
I'm sorry.
There will be a lot of common things between humans.
Okay.
So, how much time you took write both of your books?
Oh my gosh. Well, if I had been doing it full time, it probably wouldn't have took me as long, but I'd probably say 6 months to a year with editing and everything. Of course, because I'm doing it part time, I don't think it would take quite as long. I do love writing. Editing is probably not my favorite. So I always try to hire an editor, which I think most people do. They say you're either an author or you're an editor. So I think most authors struggle with the editing portion. But yeah, I would say about 6 months to a year. Gosh, but the book that's coming out now, gosh, I started way back in, I think, 2010. And it's been rewritten and rewritten probably 4 or 5 times with editing. But I finally found a publisher for it, so that's the key. I think that's what took so long also. But I guess actually writing it did take me a couple of years, I think, editing and everything. I actually wrote my fantasy series later. The book that's coming out now, actually, I kind of rewrote it in between my fantasy series, trying to get it just how I thought it should be. And finally got someone interested, so I'm excited about that.
So third book is about women. Third book is mostly
Yeah,
connecting
the third
with
book of the series. Yeah, the third book of the series actually ties into what's going on in the world today. I don't know if you've heard about all the the violence and rioting we've had. But the third book actually goes into that, especially with our law enforcement, our police officers. And the third book goes into kind of a world where we do not have those police officers and law enforcement, and how it deteriorates society, how there is no law enforcement. So people are able to do pretty much whatever they want. Because the law enforcement actually walks away. But they end up coming back because they're good guys. So they end up coming back and saving the day. But I won't tell you too much. But yeah, and it deals with the guardians also. During that time, we lose another guardian to the underworld in the third book, and then they have the struggle with the police department, and that's all in the third book. But that was actually all written before all this happened, so I thought that was very strange how I wrote it in my book, and then it's kind of actually happening, and I didn't foresee that. But I love all three books, and the characters. I won't tell you at the end, but you know, Michael and Alexandria have to come to some sort of end or beginning. So that happens in the third book also. They define their relationship. So that would be interesting for the reader to find out also.
What do you do other than writing books?
Oh, gosh. Well, you know, I work. I have hobbies. I love to dance. I'm married. So that keeps me pretty busy. But all my free time, yeah, I spent either writing. I try to get in reading whenever I can. So I'm usually rereading my stuff all the time. And I work with and work for a government agency during the week, and I enjoy that. But not as much as writing. I would love to be doing that full time. Spending time with family. I try to get out. I'm a people watcher. I think most writers are. I try to get out and watch people and observe, because again, they're usually going to end up a character in my story. So I love watching people. I love observing them. I think that's all part of a writer, because I have to know how they're going to react to certain situations. So I could probably sit in a coffee shop and watch people all day if I could, just to find out, because you meet so many different people, and I like to put different people into my novels. So in my head, I'm always seeing that person and how they'll react to a certain situation. I would think most writers do that. I think we tend to be introverts too, because we spend a lot of time by ourselves. I think that's all part of our imagination. I mean, we have so much time by ourselves. We are always able to create. But so I keep busy. I try to. But most of the time, you'll find me locked away somewhere writing.
Okay. So you'll be observing people a lot.
I'm sorry. I do. Whenever I'm out somewhere, I'm that person that will try to watch you without making you notice that I'm watching you. But because I have to be able to define different people and know the different personalities in order to write them well. And I think most writers are like that. But yeah, I could probably do that all day. Sit at a park or sit at a coffee shop or and just observe people and try to remember their little innuendos and how they react to different things. But yeah, I grew up with the fantasy series. Ours came from my background, because I was always introduced to the church at an early age, and it always comes out in my writing. So certain scenes, certain events that happened in my life that I was able to make it through, and I think it's because someone was watching over me. Otherwise, I would not have made it through that. And that's actually several of those scenes are in my first novel. A situation. I think everyone has situations, and probably you also, that situations where you thought you weren't going to make it out, and somehow you did. You're not even sure why or how, but somehow you were able to get past it and move forward. And I've always felt that presence around me, someone protecting me. In a couple of situations, again, are in my first novel, with various characters.
So, writing, speaking, or reading, which one will you choose?
Which one do I prefer?
Yeah. If I want
Oh,
you to
right.
choose one,
One that I would love.
yeah. I mean, if I ask you to speak only one, which one will you choose? Reading, writing, or speaking?
Oh, writing. I'm sure.
Writing.
I'm sure I express myself better in writing. I've learned to speak well because I've had to, of course I love speaking about my work. So I'm always excited to speak about that. I think everybody is. I mean, if you're really passionate about something, I think that helps you when you're up in front of people, or if you're speaking. You really have to be passionate about it in order for it to come out positively, I believe. If it's something that I'm not passionate about, I'll get up there and just stumble around like I'm stumble around in the dark. But if it's something I'm passionate about, yeah, I can usually get up and speak about it, and share my information. I really do write to help people. I try to write situations that most people deal with, and show those positive outcomes, and show those, if you stick with it, you can get through it. Because I truly believe that. But it's even those situations that you're just devastated from. But so I'm hoping that's what I'm doing. I'm hoping I'm helping people with my writing.
Okay. So, do you have anything to say to my audience for watching this video?
Oh, just get out and check out my website, stacythowe.com. Check out my books if you get a chance. I think you would enjoy them. If you love fantasy, I have that. So those are available on Amazon. Again, my fourth book, I'm sorry, I said fifth, but my fourth book will be out hopefully in October, November. My last name is Thowe, but it's spelled Thowe. There's no B there. I know it's weird. It came from a German. It was a German name. They came over to the U.S. Somehow got changed to Toby, even though there's no B there. So if you see my name and someone says Toby, it is me, but it's spelled Thowe. But my website is stacythowe.com. So I would love for anyone to check it out. I have some short stories there. I have scripts. I have some poetry, and I have some of the awards that I've gotten over the years. And there's links to all of my novels on my website. And I actually have a book trailer there too if you want to check it. It's an old one, but I keep meaning to update it because I've updated my covers. But it's interesting to watch. I don't know if you've seen a book trailer. It's kind of like a movie about your book. And so I had one made a couple of years ago. And I've changed covers since then. But it gives you a good insight into my first novel. And you can play the book trailer right off my website there. And so it'll give you some insights if you'd be interested in reading my first novel. So check that out. You can.
So, you're from? You live in?
I'm sorry?
You're from? You live in?
Where am I from?
Yes. You're from?
I'm from Kansas. I've moved around just the Midwest. I've lived in Missouri and Nebraska. Right now I'm in the capital of Kansas. I'm in Kansas. I love it. I love kind of the small town life because I was originally from a big city and didn't think I would enjoy living in a small town, but I really do. People are just really different. They're very, very. I find them very kind. Not in big city, they were, but it's just different in a small town. I think we have one of everything, which I'm not sure how your town is, but we have one maybe of everything that the big city has, but on a smaller scale. And I really enjoy it. I didn't think I would, but yeah. So I live in the capital of Kansas. Summer is my favorite season. We're just getting done with summer, so we're moving into fall. Hopefully, we will not have a bad winter. That's my least favorite season, but I'll be riding inside either way. But
So, yeah, thank you so much for giving your valuable time to me and telling me about your books and telling me about what made you to write all the books.
thank you so much for asking me. I so appreciate it. I hope you get out and check them out and look for my next book that's coming out.
Yeah, can I put this video on my YouTube channel with your permission?
I'm sorry.
Can I put this video on my YouTube channel with your permission?
Oh, yes, please do. I would love that. Please do.
Yeah.
I would love that. And I wish you well in India. I hope um, someday I'll be able to get over there and see different parts of your country.
Nice.
But I wish you much luck with this. You're doing a great job. I've checked out some of your videos, so uh, you're doing great. You're going to have your name out there before long, and hopefully mine too.
Sure. Yeah, definitely people from India and people from different parts of the world will just see this video and definitely they will know you and they will know about your books and your writings.
I'm so glad. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Yeah. Thank
I
you
wish
so
you the
much.
best of luck. I wish you the
Uh,
best of luck also.
Thank you for giving me opportunity to talk with you.
Oh, you're such a joy. Thank you so much.
Take care.
You too. Nice meeting you. Bye
Bye.
bye.